All right. Gotta readjust my chair. Okay, cool. Oh man, KI. You know, I've been noticing a lot of interesting activity on character debates throughout this past week. I just chose never really to talk about it because, you know, character debates in this game, it quite often it veers off into a direction of controversy of who's OP and who's not, instead of more like, you know, finding out like counters and setups for other characters. And I've noticed that a lot of people are starting to think that Jago is now overpowered. I'm not sure how, but now it seems like it's kind of a thing. And honestly, it doesn't really bug me, to be honest, because the thing is, I mean, eventually when one person starts to show, you know, a lot of the work paying off that they practice within the lab and they do it in a tournament, eventually it gets to that question that's on everyone's minds. Is this character OP? You know what I mean? And it depends on whether or not they have enough knowledge in the game to either, you know, to really thoroughly, you know, think about that question very much. You got the people that kind of over exaggerate on something, and then you got the other guys that are just like, you know, he has so and so, he has this, and other characters have that. So, in a nutshell, you know, every character's good. You know what I mean? I'm definitely no stranger to it, guys. No stranger of the Jago's OP. Please nerf right away. I'm pretty sure all the Saber Wolves are now no stranger to. Please nerf the dog. You know, he's too OP. Nerf him right away. You know what I mean? Even when Rico Suave ended up winning and becoming more known with Thunder, you had that group of people that were like, Thunder's stupid, his command grab does half damage, nerf right away. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, that is the majority of, you know, the KI crowd. You know what I mean? You have a really good handful, dozen of, you know, people and people that are up and coming, learning about the game that will, you know, that's willing to understand the characters and all that stuff. But unfortunately, the majority of the KI audience kind of veers off in that direction, and it sucks when they don't have, you know, the proper, you know, the proper knowledge to just kind of sit down and like really think about the characters. You know what I mean? It's just like it's a little unfortunate because it kind of puts a bad taste in everyone's mouth. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, I was there before. When I was first learning this game, I was in that same bandwagon. Nerf right away, please. You know what I mean? Until I finally figured out, you know, I learned more about the game, and I'm just like, I'm never gonna do that again. You know? So. Edwin, you know, that's a good point there, but the thing is, I would like for you to tell me, like, what tools are you talking about? Because, well, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna play against Taintpinner without talking, because he's really good. He's really, really good. And if I talk, he's gonna beat my ass. As Taintpinner's Jago mirror matches, when you go against a really good Jago, you do not want to sleep on anybody. Give me 1 sec. Nice. Ooh, nice. That was a nice roundhouse. Or, excuse me, nice fierce laser manual. Or laser linker. Okay. But what was I saying? Okay. So as I mentioned this, PR Sack brought up an interesting, he brought up an interesting comment. So I want to read this. I want to read this out loud because the thing is, there's a big difference when people say that this character is OP because he's OP, and then other people that say, oh, this character is really good because he has this and it's like certain plus on frames and it works against this character. There's a big difference between saying some character is overpowered nerf and another version where it's like this guy's really good because of this and that and this and that. So PR Sack Edwin said Jago's not OP, but he has a tool for almost every character. Now PR Sack Edwin, I wanna explore this with you. So tell me exactly what tools are you talking about? Because again, when you say that Jago does have tools for every character, just about every single character has tools for every character. So I wanna understand where you're coming from with that comment, so that way we can explore that that certain aspect of Jago together. Trust me, guys. Anybody that has, you know, anyone that thinks a character's overpowered or anything that wants to bring it up, I encourage everyone to explain in depth why they think so. Because when they start to explain it, when they start to, you know, really go in depth about it, you can actually add your own input, and then, you know, both players can learn off of it. It's that simple. You know what I mean? Hey, Grims, do you know about the connectless? Yes, and I wish, honestly, I wish it was like from the start, Emanu. I really, really wish, because that connect is a piece of shit. So again, like try your best to stray away from the from, you know, the usual Jago's OP because he has the best tools in the game, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, like at least give some in-depth, you know, information of why or what is, you know, what's good, you know, what do you think is the tool that beats everybody, you know what I mean? That way everyone can, you know, learn to explore that area and to realize, you know, what it can really do and stuff like that. Hey, X-Spirit, I actually streamed 2 days ago, man. I think the scheduling I think you missed out on the stream. Excuse me. Alright, so PR Sack Edwin, you did say that Jago does have a tool for everybody, and I want to ask you exactly what you mean by that. Because again, you know, we want to try to avoid any kind of comments that's just like, this character's OP because he's OP. That's it. Or this character's OP because this famous person says he's OP. So that's that. You know what I mean? We want to try to stay away from ignorant comments like that, because that only fuels frustration. You know what I mean? That never really brings anything good to the table. We want to try to explore these aspects so that way everyone will understand what they are, instead of just eating it up, you know, and thinking, yeah, he's just cool, he's just good because he's good at the tools and that's it. You know what I mean? Hey, the one and only Floppy. Well, the one and only Floppy, welcome to the stream, man. I'm glad you're enjoying your stay. Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff when you people find the stream and they're enjoying their stay. Everyone's welcome here. And as well, with, you know, feel free to you know, ask some questions that you have about the game or any characters that, you know, you're having trouble with. We'll answer them for you.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Horrible.
I don't understand what that is.
Nobody's OP, but Jago is best in my opinion. Okay, Mechanized Gamer, that's a very interesting comment you made. What makes you think he is the best? That's what I want to know. That's what the semi-goal of the stream is. If anyone thinks a character is the best, explain why. Do not just kind of end it there, because when people end it there, it's like they don't have an explanation. Probably sounded like they got influenced by, you know, either another word of mouth or just lost to that character. We want to try to change that. If you think a character is the best in the game because either you're losing to that person or there's just something you don't understand, that's why we're streaming. So that way we can explain to you exactly what the deal is. And I encourage anybody, as long as we keep it civil, with a little bit of constructive criticism, no kind of insulting whatsoever, because that's kind of a that's a one-way ticket to get banned, basically, because we don't want anyone to feel offended.
Skeletor, look at this one. Come on, man. Bam.
He has frame traps that great Jago players use to read and punish other characters. Also, his wind kick has invisibility for crouching animations. Okay, all right. So the reason okay. So let me explain exactly what PR Sack just said. What's up, Yuri? How are you? We're in the middle of a character debate, but in good conscience. So PR Sack Edwin said, the reason why Jago is the best in the game is because he has frame traps, and that great Jago players use those frame traps to read and punish other characters. And his wind kick is lower invincible, has lower invincibility. Okay, that's a great comment. Now, PR Sack Edwin. Now you have to realize that now, as people are leveling up more and more, we're actually seeing additional frame traps from other characters. The very first person that we saw, or the very first fighter that we saw that had consistent frame traps in tournaments and online would be Saberwolf. Okay, now Saberwolf has some pretty great frame traps, but they're not as long or consistent as Jago. I definitely have to make that clear. They're not as long or as consistent. But the thing is, they work the exact same way. Okay? Let's think about who else has frame traps. Thunder has frame traps. He may not have as many frame traps as Saberwolf or Jago, but during the triple axes or the medium axes, you are actually in the corner and you can get frame trapped by a crouching jab. But I'm not sure why anybody would try to press buttons against the Thunder, because, you know, of course, if you're in the corner, you can get Shadow Command grabbed, and then bam, you're dead. Alright. As for Wind Kick with the lower invincibility, okay, I think we have quite a number of people that have lower invincibility at the moment. So let's check. Okay, so Jago's Wind Kick has lower invincibility. Sadira's Light Blade Demon has lower invincibility. What else do we have? Actually, I may be wrong on that, but every single low attack from Jago will whiff on Light Blade Demon for Sadira. Who else has lower invincibility? Thunder, I'm not sure if his ankle slicer is lower invincibility, but his ankle slicer propels his body back, which actually avoids most, if not all, lower hits and actually hits you. So let's see, who else has lower invincibility? Let's see. Am I missing anything? Am I missing anyone? Let's see. Mechanized Gamer. Here's another one. Thunder's Instinct isn't as good as Jago's, in my opinion. Now, Mechanic Gamer, that's another interesting comment. Now tell me from your experience or from what your view is, why you think Thunder's Instinct is actually better than Jago's. Edwin, those are the only two I see. Okay, well, I can reassure you that from just those two, a lot of people can actually come up with very similar specials or setups relating to those two. I'll answer them after this. Dang. I was waiting for a backdash.